Now we're going to take an equation from the previous chapter and we are going to try and solve it. So we saw this problem in the last chapter. Rachel is 3 years older than Dan. Luke is 6 years older than Dan. And if you add up their ages, you get 57. How old is Dan? Down here is a reminder that Dan equals n, Rachel is n plus 3, and Luke is n plus 6. Now, I need to take and put those equations together to make one equation that we can solve. So up here, I have typed in n plus n plus n plus 3 plus 6 equals 57 because that is all of their ages added together to get 57. Now I can make that problem look a little bit simpler. Let me grab my pen down here. I can take and make that equation look as 3n, or 3 times n, because I'm putting all those three together. And then I can take 3 plus 6, which I know that 3 plus 6 is 9. So I end up with 3n plus 9 equals 57. Now, that is much easier to look at than all of this. Our next step in solving this equation is to make sure that we follow the rule. Whatever we do to one side of the equation, we must do to the other. So I look at this problem and I see that I have this plus 9 here. If I see plus 9, then I know that I need to do the opposite and subtract 9 from this side. But remember, whatever I do to this side of the equation, I have to do to the other side of the equation on the other side of the equal sign. So I must subtract 9 from this side. And as I do that, I end up with 3n equals 48. Now, that was my first step of the equation. In order to finally solve this equation, I must do the one last step. Since this says 3 times n, I must do the opposite and divide. So I am going to divide by 3 on this side, but don't forget, whatever you do to this side of the equation, you will need to do to the other side. So I will then divide by 3 on this side, and I am left with n equals 16. And that is the solution for how old is Dan? Dan is 16. That will allow me to then find out how old Rachel is, n plus 3, 19. And it will also allow me to figure out what age is Luke. So I would take 16 plus 6, and that will give me my answer. This is how you can solve algebraic equations.